Hello, everyone. It's Dawn here. Nice to see everyone already in the chat. I'm here with Carla tonight. Yay, Carla. It's good to see you.
Hi, everyone. Nice to see you.
I'm so glad to see your face. I saw you in the comments, but it's nice to see. Yes, I have a surprise, and Carla helped me out with this. So maybe, Carla, would you like to make the announcement, or would you like me to?
No, go for it.
Okay, so you guys make sure you set your calendar for Friday at about this time, about a half hour earlier, 6 o'clock Pacific, 8 o'clock Central, 9 o'clock Eastern. Friday, I believe that's the 7th. We're going to have attorney Carl Steinbeck here, and I have a special program. We have a special program. We spoke today about what we're going to talk about. So watch for that, and I'm going to put a post in the community page on my channel, and I think Carl is going to do the same on his. I'll walk him through it, and so that you can submit your questions to him. But before I do that, you can submit questions anytime you want, but I'm going to give you what the program is going to be about, what we're going to be covering, because it's going to be kind of specific. And so you might want to tail your questions for Carl for that. So I hope you're excited. Yay! Yeah, Friday night, same time, same channel. And I believe he's going to also simultaneously broadcast on his channel. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm going to help him with that too. So yeah, so Carla set that. Yeah, Carla set that up. Let's see how many times I talk. Carla will be with us as well. Carla will probably be managing the questions and helping me out a little bit, because I want to stay on topic with Carl, and I don't want to get too off topic, because like sometimes I don't care if I get off topic. I just kind of go with the flow, but sometimes I have something really specific I want to talk about. So I'm excited about this.
I'm super excited. Yeah, super excited. You and Carl, great night.
And let's see how many times I call Carl, Carla, and Carla, Carl.
Or just start calling him C and then me K.
Yeah. And we're broadcasting from Carlsbad, which is also kind of funny. So, okay. Yeah. So we've got the trifecta. Hi, David. The jokes. Love it. David, have you been seeing my mother-in-law jokes? I'm sure you've got some good ones. Yay. Munira Sultana loves Carl. Is that a Band-Aid? No. What is you got a heart emoji? What is that other emoji there? I'm curious. What's that other emoji?
It's on this side, it shows up different than in the actual chat side.
Oh, okay. All right. Carl Steinbeck, love him Friday. Yes. Love the Carl. Hi, Wesley. I was announcing our program for Friday.
Hi, Wesley.
Hi, Wesley. Carla says hi. I'm going backwards. Yep. So that's the surprise. Okay, you guys. So we have the last 40 minutes of Luis's proffer. And by the way, also, since I'm announcing things, I'm pretty sure you guys all know this, but make sure that you know that Luis's attorney, who in this photograph here is to his right. It almost looks like he's got a gun thing there on his side, but I don't think it's a gun. I doubt it. Doesn't it look like that though? Like at first I thought he had suspenders, but doesn't it almost look like he's got a holster around his shoulder next to his? Anyway, I digress. So that is Chuck Collins, who I keep calling Chuck Taylor. I'm so sorry, you guys. I'm terrible with names. Chuck Collins is going to be on Judy's channel for the second time tomorrow, and that's noon Pacific, 3 Eastern, I believe. So make sure you know about that. Well, I'll be over there for sure. So you guys ready to go? with the proffer. Now this is where it gets a little heavy, so I probably won't stop until for about 2 minutes if I'm not mistaken. This is when Luis starts getting into the transitioning over to the story. And what's interesting, they're just chatting. I'm just going to go back a little bit so you can see, because the energy in the room just really shifts. I mean, I don't think anyone knew it was coming necessarily. And so I'm going to go a minute back so you can see what I'm talking about. It's really, you can just feel it in the room, the heaviness of what he's going to say next. So I want to give it its proper respect, and the Markel family and everyone who are, survivors of this crime. So here we go. And also sound check. Let me know that you can hear everything okay.
He fixed it himself. Okay. Fixed it up and everything. All right. So then what do you do that night after you're at this new motel? We're just hanging out. Just chilling the whole night. We didn't do nothing, stay there the whole night. I parked the car in the back, just sitting there. I didn't do nothing. I was throwing threw a picture of the owl, like I told you, posted on Instagram. You saw an owl, a bird, I don't know what kind, it sounded like a barred owl maybe, that landed in the parking lot at the hotel and took a picture, scared him. And what happened after you took a picture? What you did? I took a picture and put it on Instagram. Then what happened? Katie calls Studio. Tell him to take that shit down. If you're stupid or what. So, I'm like, what? I took it down. I don't know if I took it down right away, but I took it down. So she like, why would he do that? He can't tell nobody where he's at. And in my mind, y'all be talking on the phone all fucking day. The fuck you worry about me putting the picture on Instagram? Yeah, I put it on Instagram. She called him and told him to take it down. So I took it down. That's it. We just hanged out all night. The next morning we left. The next morning was a Friday. Friday morning. Went to Markel's house. Went over there. I parked by the port again. I waited for him to come out. When he came out, I followed him. Where Garcia in the car? To the daycare. He gets to the daycare. I'm just driving in circles. I pulled up across the street. There was a building. At that moment when I'm pulling in the building, he's coming out. As he comes out, we follow him again. This time we follow him all the way to the gym. Follow him to the gym. Waited in the parking lot for a while, for like 45 to an hour at the most. Got there. So when he came out of the gym, I followed him home. As I'm following home, he goes around the back. I go around the front.
I will pause right here just to make sure everybody can hear everything, and just to clarify one thing. So they scoped the place out the night before or the day before, and then he's talking about Friday, July 14th, 18th, 2014, and he said they followed him to the gym this time. He didn't lose them, so he said this time. So again, you can see these obvious signs that he's telling the truth. It's congruent. There are a lot of funny details in parts that don't matter a ton, but right here the flow is continuous. And David, you're killing me with these owl jokes. So any questions about what he's saying, you just let me know. Yes, I have the video. It's on my channel. So yep, for sure. I'm doing it this way for a particular reason, but thank you so much, Phoebe. Yeah, I do have that. And if you ever want to find it on my channel, just go to my channel and use the little search on the tabs. There's a small little magnifying glass and just type in Luis.
We met him right in the garage. I was like maybe like 3-4 feet away from his car. Garcia jumps out, goes around the car where he's driving. Dan Markel was on the phone that day. Shot him twice. Got in the car. We left. Kid driving. We dumped the gun. So it's a bridge. Can't remember that bridge. I wish I could remember if I can show you. I really can't remember it. Drove.
After that, I made it home. Never spoke about this again. Never told nobody. The next morning, it's a Saturday morning, I'm in the barbershop. Katie calls my phone. Where's Dudo at? Stupid motherfucker don't answer the phone, just like that. I'm like, I don't know. Let me find out for you. Give me a minute. I try to call. I think I called Shrimp's phone. Call Shrimp. I said, where's Dudo? Oh, he's here, drunk, sleeping. I said, wake his ass up. Tell him that Katie's looking for him. For what? Don't worry about it. I called Hibaro. Hibaro go pick Dudo up. So I think Hibaro picked them up, dropped them off in Katie's house. They showed up to my house. I'm still in the barbershop. I'm in the barbershop. My wife calls me. Babe, Katie and Dudo are here. I got a bag in my hand. It looks like this. It looks like a brick. I'm like, all right, don't touch it. Don't even look at it. I'm on my way.
Okay, so he's saying his wife has this thing in her hand. She doesn't know what it is. It looks like a brick, so it's heavy. There's a little bit of conflicting information from what Katie said too. She said she didn't go in, but I thought the understanding was that she did go in to see their new baby. So welcome, Bruce and Angel are here. Everyone who's here, hi. Oh yeah, smash the like. That's great. Thank you. I never say those things. I always forget. I have a little banner to remind people. So I'm bad at my job, as you all know. So any questions so far about what he's saying? Can you hear everything okay? Is everything good? Yep. And just to clarify, yes. So he saw the owl the night before the murder. So that'd been July 13th. Katie said, take it down. Call as soon as he posted it. Katie contacted Sigfredo and said, take that down because she didn't want, the geolocation. And he was like, well, that's stupid because you've been calling each other all day. So we have the geolocation is here calling us right now. Right. So what difference does it make? But he took it down. We took it down. Yeah, the volume is a little not great on the recordings, but it's up as high as it can go. Sometimes wearing a headset helps. And some people were asking about closed captioning. It doesn't work for live streams on YouTube, but once it's processed, usually takes several hours. The closed captions will come up. Somebody was saying they couldn't see them from yesterday's, and I checked, and the CC are up on all my videos. So just so you know, I do have that turned on for replays. So. Okay. Oh, hey, Sonny. Where's Sonny? Hi, Sonny. Yeah, he's soft spoken. He's got a quiet voice. Good to see you, Sonny. Did you get a chance to? I know you had planned on finding Donna's ride from Miami to LA. I wasn't sure if you found it and was able to follow her up. I was thinking about you that day. Yeah, they just had a new baby, and yeah, she probably, one thing I have noticed about Luis is he's a little bit, chauvinistic, and he seems to be, it's okay for him to give out the money, but he wasn't really giving out the money to her, which I felt like, wow, unless he just didn't say what he gave to her, which is possible. So, okay. Shall we continue? Okay.
When I get there, Katie's upstairs because Jessica told her to come up because I just had Lulu. I get there, Katie and Dudo. Katie, oh, what's up? I'm like, what's up, man? What's up with the bag? Get the bag. I grab the bag. I take the money out, stick it in my pocket. I said, man, what you gonna do? I gotta go back to the barbershop. I gotta get a haircut. Leave Katie here, man. Let's ride. We left together. Went to the barbershop, got a haircut. He paid like 2 or 3 guys haircut. Give him a holler to the barber. Hey, man, go ahead and cut us your hair. Let me get in front of this guy. We left. I look under my mom's house. I see my mom. I paid my mom's rent. My mom was over like $2,000. So I paid my mom's rent. I left. And went to my house. Took a shower, got dressed. I didn't really do too much that day. Just I wanted babies for a little bit. And No, I went to somewhere else. I met some girl in another bar with Garcia. We hanged out over there. From there, we ended up going to the Hard Rock. Garcia spent $7 grand, and the Hard Rock lost it. That's why I know he ain't had no money. So he spends his money in the Hard Rock, losing his money. I leave. We left the Hard Rock, whatever. I made it back home. Monday. That was that Saturday. That Sunday, I wake up, take a shower. It's noon, maybe around 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I go see my ex-wife because it was school about to start, I believe. So I gave her $5 grand. So here goes $5 grand. Buy the kids. So we got the money from. I don't know why y'all be asking questions.
Why are you asking questions? Whoop. Oh, I did it, you guys. I did it again.
I don't want to.
I can see where I left off, so it's not too bad. Why are you asking questions? He gave his ex-wife $5,000, but he didn't want his current baby mama to have money. So I'm not sure. Maybe he probably did give her money. Okay, I went a little too far. Sorry, you guys. I'm so bad.
That's my story ended right there with the money. Markel, everything.
Let's back up to you come back home. Where do you take the car to, or where you and two are together? You know you stopped at the ATM. I'm sorry. Yeah, you're at the Prius, and you stop at an ATM. You've seen that photograph. Okay, and then from there you go somewhere. You're just getting back into town.
I can't remember. I remember I went home and went somewhere else.
Well, you said you ended up going to
Bentley, but I didn't go in the Prius to Bentley. I wouldn't drive that car. I ain't drive that car. He had that car. I didn't even like that car. He had the car, lost the car for 3 days. I had to go look for the car because he don't know where he parked the car at. I had to call AAA to go in the car and give me because he left the keys in the car, locked the car with the keys. I couldn't open the car, so he called AAA. I gave AAA $50.
So this is crazy, you guys. So he's describing the Prius. So they went back home to Miami right after the murder. They didn't stick around. They took off. He talked about pitching the gun somewhere, but he couldn't remember what bridge. And he did try to do some drive-thrus to find it, but they never did find it. And Sigfredo took off with the Prius and evidently went on continued on his binge drinking and couldn't even find the car after they got paid. He had to help him find the car. He locked the keys in the car. Like, there were so many opportunities for these guys to be found out, that they were so suspicious. And I don't know, all it would take is one little thing for someone to make that connection. Of course, the murder happened 8 hours away or whatever, but it's just so crazy how like, they were definitely not professional hitmen, right? And they got by with it for a couple of years.
They opened the car, gave the keys. When they got his stupid ass, come collect this car. Let's drive it back. I turned the car in and left. Where did you find the car at? A couple of blocks from Shrimp's house. I think Shrimp was staying like on 76. Dickens Avenue, somewhere around there, Miami Beach. And I found the car like on 78, 79th Street. Like 2-3 blocks down on the corner. Right by fire station. Like, they would have came there with a toilet car with. Then I would have had to pay more money. That's how drunk he was.
Okay. So when you came back, you split up. So he took the car. He took the car with him.
Yeah, we split up. He took the car. He had the car for a couple of days. I kept telling him, I gotta return this car back, man.
Okay, but the next morning, Saturday, you said you go to the barbershop.
Yeah.
Right. So the murder happened on Friday. Y'all drive all the way back. You party, whatever, Friday night. Was that? Was it Sunday that he went to Hard Rock, or was it that?
I think it was that Sunday. No.
Is there a baby? Hi, Carol. Is there a baby there? Is there a baby where? Is he talking about when they picked up the money? Hey, Mona. Oh yeah, I agree. Okay. Whoops. The height difference of Sigfredo and Luis reminds me of the Cricks and Hell Alone. Oh, that's a fun video waiting to happen. And yay. So, hey, Mona, by the way, I was just mentioning the closed captions are on the previous videos. It does take a while. It took about 8 hours for last night's video to get processed. So just, get there. I want to make sure I'm taking care of all you guys. The baby sounds in the video. Okay, good question. Well, Carol probably means that. That is the squeaking of a chair. That's one of their chairs squeaking. And I'm not sure. I think it's Isom's. Yurts and things. Yeah. Yurts and things. Can anyone help him with how he can hear the video better? I do know it's low, but if you have, can you put on a headset, Yurts? And what Yurts and things, what some people do is they wait till the next day and do the closed captioning. Okay, so you meant earbuds would work, like what I have on. It's really loud in my earbuds. What about you? Same with Carla. Carla's nodding up and down too. Yeah,
same.
Yep. Yeah, because it really does help. Or headphones, or wait till tomorrow. But thank you for mentioning that. I have no control aside from reprocessing the video and audio. I'm not that professional. I'm not going to do that. I don't have the equipment to do that, but and so Judy said there are some with no neck tattoos. So he's getting neck tattoos in prison. That's interesting.
I don't think he had them in the.
I thought he
want to say in the first. I don't think so. In one of them, in the first one, I believe.
No neck videos. Mm-hmm. No neck tattoos.
Not as much as he has now.
Okay.
He had some, but not on the same level.
Okay, I'm going to look for that. Okay. How can we get Yurts and things as how can we get the spins from the proffer louder? I can hear you and Carla. I just can't hear the proffer. Can you try earbuds, Yurts and things? It should, because it's pretty loud. Yeah. I think most people, if the people in the chat can help Yurts and things. Yeah, it's not every time, but it is oftentimes. This is not a high quality video or audio when you're getting police interviews. The video and audio quality is usually very poor. I'm sorry for that.
It was a Saturday. It was the next week.
Okay, so the next week after that. Okay, so before we get to that, you're back in town on Friday. We talked about Big Daddies.
Yeah, we talked about Big Daddies.
Do you remember?
I wasn't too sure if we went to Big Daddies or not. I can't hear see it. Be like, yeah, I was there.
No,
maybe I was. You said my credit card went in there. If I did. Who knows? I can't remember if I was there or not. I really can't.
Well, before this, I want to go back to your driving out of Tallahassee, and you said before that he calls Katie.
He calls Katie. And grab him.
Okay. I'm going to answer this question before so we can get back to the recording. Yurts and things, if you can get a headset or earbuds with your TV, I don't know if you can, how that works. If you have like Bluetooth with your TV, that might help you. It's only videos that have, some videos have great sound. The most recent trial of Charles Adelson, those interviews, those testimonies are very clear. The audio was great. It just depends on who's doing the recording. Okay. Yeah, gotcha. Okay. So let me get back to, oops, I lost the question. Do you see that question? Todd. Hi, Todd. Did Charlie hand over $138 to Katie and she lied to the killers saying $100K, so she also kept the additional $38? What do you guys think? What do you guys think about that? Did he hand her $138? find out what you guys all think about that. Yeah, so we don't really, how would we know? Yeah, the 138 is a little bit dubious. There was a lot of numbers that were, so far Luis has accounted for $5,000, like down payment basically, or letting them know they were serious, they were going to pay them for the first trip. Then another $2,000 for the second trip, July. They went up on the 13th, came back on the 14th. And then, so that's $7,000. And then they got $100,000, or they got 30 and 35,000, I believe. Luis just said, and Sigfredo. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. The boys got 30 and 35. And then I think Sigfredo said, here, I want you to have 2,000 more or something to his friend. Okay.
We had dumped the gun, and he called her, and he said, everything is done. Make sure you have more money. I'm on my way. When we get back to the house, he calls me, yeah, more money. She goes, don't worry about it. You have it tomorrow morning. I can hear it.
I know. I want to go back. You're driving out of Tallahassee. The Markel's been shot. You're driving out of Tallahassee. All right. And then are you saying that you dumped the gun before he made the first phone call? Because the big deal was about, he calls her and says,
yeah, he called and told her it's done. Everything's done. I think way before we dumped that gun, or after we dumped the gun, but for sure, 100%. He called and said, hey, it's done already.
You hear her on the other end?
Yeah, I can hear her. She goes, okay, I know, all right.
Okay, I know, all right.
Yeah, I'm like, yo, how the fuck does she know? Like, you know, how would she know if this shit done?
But it's Katie's voice.
Yeah, it's Katie's voice, 100% it's Katie's voice. He can't call Wendy, I don't know her voice, I know Katie's voice. So I'm like, all right, that's it. I'm like, did you really just call this guy and say it's done? Like, where your mind is at?
Right, I'm using that as a reference point for when that conversation happened. Have y'all dumped the gun yet?
Shit, I'm not sure. I don't know if I did or not.
Okay.
I'm not gonna tell you.
No, that's fine. Just thought I was trying to give you some type of reference point to
I can't
remember.
remember what the fuck the bridge is at last.
Well, I know. I was thinking if you already dumped it, we know we can narrow
I
down
even
here.
drew a picture. You want to see it of me this morning thinking about the bridge?
Right. So Detective Isom is asking Luis about, did you throw the gun out off of the bridge before or after you called Katie, or Sigfredo called Katie? Because knowing the distance and the amount of distance they would have traveled for an hour, if they had some kind of a time frame when that got thrown out, they would be able to maybe narrow down which bridge, or a smaller number of bridges and waterways that it might have been. Evidently that area is just full of bridges and waterways. So Luis he's just not sure, because quite frankly they were so stoned and high and drunk, and from his accounting, you know, they got like 4 hours of sleep or something like that. I don't even know how they could function like that. And Jimena, wonder why he had to wear cuffs the whole time. Is that a Florida thing? Katie wore them during. Yeah. Oh yeah. They don't. Once they're convicted, those cuffs do not come off when they're out and about in out of their cells, out of their pods, evidently. Yeah, I think they did. They got out of there as fast as they could. Oh no, feedback. Yurts and things. You're having so much trouble. Okay, here we go.
That's how much I've been thinking about this bridge all night. Just like that. That's what the bridge look like. The bridge look like that. That'll be me. I had pulled up right there to the side. Garcia jumped off. It's grass. He didn't go all the way through it. He threw it from there. So I don't know if he made it to the water or not.
But you could see the water from the car.
Yeah, I'm right there. I can see him.
You crossed the bridge and stopped.
The bridge ends here, and it got like a metal. You know how I got the little metal
Guardrail.
guardrail. He jumped over the guardrail.
Okay.
So there's a concrete wall, then a metal guardrail.
It's a little concrete wall. Metal.
Okay.
And you had to jump.
But the bushes weren't so high that you couldn't
No,
see
it's
the
just
water.
grass.
Okay.
It's just grass. Then that's what I was looking at the other day. I mean, yesterday, like in 2 years, I don't know if the fucking grass grew or they cut it. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. There's so much construction out there now, so that shit had me confused.
There's a lot of construction out there.
Yeah, so I'm like,
So let me ask you this, from the edge of that wall right there where Garcia was standing, how far to the water was it? Was like from here to the wall? Was it way down the road?
okay, this thing is here. I'm gonna give you a sign like right here. The water will be way over there to the wall.
Okay, it's about view of the wall, maybe 20 feet or so.
20 feet. No, that's like 12, 15 feet.
No, it's some more than, that's about 9 yards, 10 yards, it's between 25 and 30 feet.
So long as we have a reference, he's saying it's from this point to that wall, that the water.
Because when I pulled up, I can see it. Like, going to the corner, I can see him. I'm trying to look at him like, what the fuck you doing? Is he doing it? Because I'm seeing him going like this. I'm like,
Depending on the time.
I don't know. Because he told me, no, I took it apart. Did you took it apart or not? And he said, yeah. So, all right, I believe you. Let's go. I really wanted to stay with it if I can put it. I knew where I was going to stash it. He threw it.
You were going to stash it?
Yeah, I was going to stash it.
You were going to drive all the way back to Miami with it?
I was going to drive all the way to Miami and put it away and bury that shit somewhere. Nobody's going to find it but me.
So Luis said he was going to keep the gun with him and stash and bury it somewhere in Miami where he would be the only person who would know where it was. But that that Sigfredo decided it sounded like he just did it on the spur of the moment. I'm guessing Katie gave him instructions, or those instructions to get rid of the gun were probably on that paper as well. That would be my guess. So does anybody know how many children Luis has? I think he had more than 2. He had a couple of different moms, and I understood, and I can't remember who said this, so that he fathered his first child as a 13-year-old. Yeah. And Todd thinks that Katie got twice as much as the guys. Katie was gonna milk this for life until the Adelsons got tired of her. Munira says she thinks Luis has 3 children. Okay. Yes. His early life, yeah. And did Luis's father die? I believe Luis was born into the Latin Kings royalty also. I can't remember who was talking about it on their channel, but they're talking about him joining a gang and growing up in a normal, nice Miami neighborhood. That is not what happened. He was born and raised in that's why he calls it family. If anyone has any background on his but that's my understanding.
Okay. All right. So was there any discussion if you got stopped? What would you do if you got stopped by the police with the gun?
No, we got stopped with the guns.
Right.
And if there was a search, I don't think they would have found it. If they would have found it, they would have found it on him.
On the passenger seat?
Yeah. Okay. I'm driving, so they would have found it on him.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I say, hey, if we get caught with this gun, you got to take full responsibility. I'm not going to prison right now. Your record's kind of clean compared to mine. Yeah, if we get stopped, I'll take it. You know what I'm saying? When I'm looking at him, whatever. He's drunk. Like.
But you were willing to take the chance on driving all the way back to Miami with a murder weapon?
Yeah, we almost halfway. Where we doing that? We was halfway.
Well, as far as we went yesterday, it was more than halfway back, but I got you. Okay, so you wanted to keep it, but he decided it didn't need to go.
Yeah, he told me, pull over. Pulled over and threw it.
Okay. But he didn't take the gun apart till he was down by the water. He didn't take it apart.
He was trying in the car the whole time. I'm like, bro, what is it to take the
Okay, so he's saying that Sigfredo was that he took the gun apart. And I had forgotten that detail. And I just want to get some of these questions. Go back up. He said, I've heard that rumor about years of rent, but he said right here in the proffer that he paid $2,000 of her rent that day. So, I mean, if he paid more rent at another time, I don't know, but That's all I remember him saying. I don't remember it coming up any other time. Okay, so we're talking about Sigfredo and Dan, and this is a good one, Todd, for sure. What if it didn't work as Sigfredo is there next to Dan? What? Oh, the gun. Yes. Why didn't they test it? They just assumed it worked. Yeah. Well, they found out it worked, like he said. They might have done that had that not happened. We don't know. I mean, they were laughing about it here in the proffer. We found out it worked. We didn't have to test it. They made a little joke about that. So he knew the gun was working because Sigfredo shot it off and he was playing around with it. And maybe that's what he was thinking. I'm going to test the gun. And then he shot the floor of the car. So it's really not funny, but it is. Himona says my favorite. When he was trying to get him to read, I didn't understand why they couldn't read it for him. I remember that being an issue where Georgia was prevented from reading it for him. So that was kind of strange. So Yerson Things wants to know who told Katie that she already knew before Luis called her. Correct. We all want to know, and I think we're going to get to this next. It never got answered. That is true. Who let Katie know before the actual shooter? One idea I had too about this is it we saw how Katie was in her most recent interviews, so-called proffer. Is it possible that Katie was just freaking out and she was just leaving Charlie's? She had that Ativan or whatever they took the night before, or and she just said, yeah, I know. Like, not really that she knew. Could she have just said, I know, right? Because they didn't ask, how did he know? He did. He asked Sigfredo, but Sigfredo didn't say, what do you mean you know? How do you know? And it was too soon for them to have heard it on the news. It was because some people say, oh, it was already on the news. No, it was not on the news. And Katie wouldn't have heard it in Miami, even if it was, if somebody was listening to a police scanner or something along those lines. Yeah, I respect that about about Luis as well. Wesley says Katie deserves nothing for those proffers. She actually confused the state's case. I agree. I don't think she gave up much. We got a couple of pieces of evidence, but yeah, I don't think she's going to get too much, if anything. She waited way too long to tell the truth, and she still appears to be holding back. Yes, it was Xanax, not Ativan. Thank you. And they may have had burner phones. That's right. I believe so. Or WhatsApp, right? We still don't know about the WhatsApp. Hi, Julia. Julia says, I think Wendy told Charlie through WhatsApp and Charlie told Katie. Yep. Sounds reasonable. Lying seems to be Katie's. Yeah, she's pretty comfortable doing that, isn't she? It's a shame, really, for her family.
And just pull the thing out. I mean, all you gotta do is pull it out, man. Like, man, I don't know, this shit's hard. I'm like, whatever, I'm just driving. I'm driving and looking at the rear mirror, looking for the goalie the whole time.
So we got a full cylinder. We got a full cylinder of 6 bullets to start with. Is that right? That's how you had it. And then he shot one through the floorboard and shot Markel twice.
Yeah.
And there's 3 bullets left.
Yeah, 3 bullets left. Yeah.
What happened to the bullets?
I don't know if he took them off and threw them. I don't know if he left them. Because he opened it. He took the bullets out of the car. Yeah, on his lap.
Okay.
So I don't know if he grabbed them and threw them in the water too. Everything was real when he jumped out the car. Whatever he did down there, he did. I didn't know what he was doing.
Did y'all have extra bullets in the car? Just, he came up here with 6.
6 bullets. No extra.
Okay.
1 gun and 6 bullets.
Okay. So
whatever he did when he got up to the car to throw it, I don't know if he took the bullet and threw it. I know I seen him. He said he threw it, and then he came back to the car with another.
Okay. So before or after the phone conversation, he tells her it's done. She says, yes, I know. Something like that.
Yeah.
But
that's my understanding the way I heard it. So I'm like, because I'm driving, but my window's cracked. So I'm like, I I screwed up a little bit because I really want to see what she's gonna say. So I'm trying like, what she said? She know? She like, yeah. I'm like, fuck, she know about this shit so fast. I don't know.
Boom. So even Luis knew at the time. How would she have known about this so fast? This is very important. His spidey senses were up. He was paying attention, and you heard this throughout the proffer, not necessarily in terms of evidence that he was providing, but just that of what his thought process was, and he was concerned. He was concerned. Okay, so TC wants Charlie to flip. I think it's not going to happen. I don't know that they need him to. I think they have enough. I'm going to, but okay. K-Court, crazy. This whole thing used to be on YouTube with the video and all. Now, if you try to find it, the actual video is all bleeped out. The whole thing, bummer. I do have the video on my channel. I put the, well, I think I put the link to the audio up there, but if you want it, just go to my main page and type in Luis under the little search once you go to my main page. So go on my page, go like to the tabs where it's like videos, playlists, community, go all the way to the right, go to the little magnifying glass, type in Luis. I just showed it a couple weeks ago in full, the video. So it's copyrighted too. So, okay, so let me see. I'm trying to get up. Are you keeping up with all these comments? I'm trying to get back because I don't want to miss anyone. Okay, let me go back. Okay, so yeah, so the video is preserved. I downloaded it and then I re-uploaded it so it's not bleeped out. And it was by Crime Vault, and I gave them full credit for it, but I did do that just in case it ever disappeared. Sharon, hi. Katie and Wendy, garbly good talk. Her testimony was a waste. I wonder if she got scared, intimidated by Charlie. I don't know. There's something really weird about that whole situation. I don't think she got intimidated necessarily, but there's something weird about her not being able to just tell the truth or tell what's going on. Like, oh, just open up and tell the story, basically. Sonny, did Tato fill out the car? Yes. Luis did. He wrote Tuto's phone number. Yes, both of their phone numbers were on the form, and he referred to him as his brother. Oh, hey, Cliff. Cliff says, per Detective Corbett, Wendy left her house at about 12:29 p.m. The call between Sigfredo and Katie was at 12:31. Do the math. It couldn't have been from Wendy. Wendy left her house at 12:29. Okay. Well, she could have known before she drove up to the... My feeling, Cliff, on that is I always thought that Wendy... Sure, she drove up to the... She left her house and drove up to the liquor store and all that, went by the crimes scene tape. But I felt like there were eyes on what was going on the ground before that. So, and I'll be the judge said something, and I guess I missed it. Sorry about that. Exactly. I'll be the judge. Exactly. By the way, great screen name. I'll be the judge. Julia Nielsen, can the police geolocate anyone just by cell phone number if the phone is with them? Yeah, they should be able to. I mean, once they have the warrant and all of that. I think that's what you're asking. Is that what she's asking? I think so. How come I'm not showing the comments? Here we go. Sorry about that. David, she's saying she could see the tape in police car from Somerville Road. That's impossible, right? And I think Georgia could have done a better job showing that route. But I always felt like, I don't know, and it may be, why would she drive up there if she had seen what happened on the ground? I just feel like she could have been walking around there or whatever. Sunny. Okay, so K Court is answering Sonny. Luis filled out and wrote Sigfredo's name on there with the number, and it said brother next to it. Yes. Yes. Okay. Oh, okay. Going too fast. Oh, hey, Carl. Luis can't write, so agent filled out most likely. I was so confused about that. I think he said that Sigfredo actually wrote it. The whole thing is confusing, but they do have it, and they do have a record of it. Okay, sorry, I kind of missed some of the comments, so let's just keep rolling. You guys, if you need me to stop, and it's really important, just type in stop in all caps. And hey, Carl. Hey, Carl. And yeah, yurts and things for sure. Good to see you, jury trial mentor, Carl. Okay. Okay. All right, let's go.
But Wendy was still up here. I don't know what was going on, but everything, he just told her, make sure we have that money when we get down there. When we get to my house, I was arguing with him about that. I'm like, yo, we come down here, there's no fucking money. Oh, y'all motherfuckers playing games. Don't be playing games, man. Go get that money. I got to argument that same day. You don't worry about the money being. You call Daddy, where the money? She goes, don't worry about it. You have it tomorrow morning. First thing, sun come up, you will have it. I said, all right. You know, I'm going to the barbershop tomorrow. By the time I get out the barbershop, that shit better be around too, though. I mean, you're going to have problems. You're making me go to a mission and shit that I ain't want to do.
So he's saying he's concerned about the money. His spidey senses are all up all over the place. Now, where's the money? Like, they have to wait a whole day for the money. He was just really concerned. And he even said to his very best friend, you and me are going to have problems. I didn't even want to do this. Okay, Jennifer Ray, what time was it when Wendy returned Dan's call and left a message? Maybe she assumed the hit was a success since Dan didn't answer. I don't know if she would make that kind of assumptions. It's in her, it was between 11 and 11:30. So, and she knew when she said it in the police interview. It's a good point, Jennifer, because when she was telling Ison that she had called him because they were looking at her phone, she was like, oh, maybe that's why he didn't answer or something like that. So she knew. She did know, but I think she would have to know more than just making that kind of assumption, I would think. Yeah. Okay, hey, Steve, because of Wendy's implied immunity, she can't have any of her testimony used against her. Georgia is saving the crime scene specifics for her. Yes, that's a good point. And I have mentioned that too. That's a very, very, very good point.
Well, she can if they can. I'm sorry. She can if they can prove that she lied on the stand.
You hadn't been talking, and I was like,
I'm trying to take it in.
I'm so sorry, you guys. Scared the crap out of me. Okay. Yes, say again.
Well, she can if they can prove that she lied.
Yeah, but it's easier for her not to, though. So that's a really good point. Yes, she can.
She's already lied about some things, though. So
right.
You know, and that's why Georgia said, so they have, Ruth and Phil, so they've seen them countless times.
Right.
I mean, she
unfettered access. Right. For sure. Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. Dropping the F-bombs. Yes. Okay. I missed something, so I'm not going to get to all these comments, but you guys are having fun, so that's awesome. Okay, let's keep going. Oh, that scared me, Carla. You were so quiet tonight.
Sorry, I'm trying to take it all in.
Katie calls my phone.
It's okay.
Hey, where's Studio at?
This is Saturday morning. Very next morning. They ain't passed not even 24 hours. You didn't see Katie Friday night.
I didn't see Katie Friday night at all. I seen her the next morning in my house.
You know if he did? Tudo saw Katie the night before?
I don't know. Maybe he did, maybe not. I can't tell you yes or no. But I seen her in my house the next morning. That's 100% sure. She brought the money.
Okay, I seen her in my house the next morning. Now, didn't Katie say, and I'm not sure that this is really substantial, what difference it makes, but didn't she say she didn't go in the house? I don't know why that came up in the most recent trial too. But again, memories do fade. This was his account in 2016, and now we're many years later. So
Where's the barbershop?
that's what I thought.
Right around the corner. I'm in 135th and 135th on Biscayne. So 135th on 16, and it's 135th. It's like when you go to the track, the railroad track, it's Biscayne.
Is that by Biscayne?
Yeah, right in the corner.
Of Biscayne and 135th?
What's the name of it?
I think it'll be King Racer Barbershop. Something like that.
King Racer?
Yeah, King Ray Barbershop.
King Ray.
Ray, R-E-Y-E. That's the Spanish pronunciation for crown. Or the word for crown.
It's not a gang. It's not
No gang, right?
No.
Okay. So you get a phone call while you're at the barbershop.
Yeah, when I'm at the barbershop.
And it's Katie.
It's Kate. Where the fuck is Tutu at? Just like that, like, I thought he was with you. You know, like I didn't want to snip and say nothing stupid, so I'm like, well, he's not with you? Okay, hold on, I think I know where he's at. Let me call you back. You know, I'm like, he gotta be with Tati with shrimp. So she knows that. She like, oh, he gotta be with that dumb ass. He probably is. I'll call you back. So I call shrimp.
But she just asked for him. She doesn't say nothing.
Oh yeah, no, she said, who's gonna come get the money?
Come get the money.
Yeah, she like, where the fuck is Tutu? I said, man, I didn't want to slip, so I'm like, I'll find out. She goes, okay, but who's gonna come? Who's gonna come get the money? You wanna come get it? I'm like, I was gonna go, but like, nah. Thank God I didn't go, because now I got at least some food, because she was in my house and she got the money. So I'm like, now I'm straight. I'm gonna call Tutu for you. So I said, he better want to go pick him up, and they showed up both of them to my house.
You didn't go pick up Garcia. There were shrimps.
I didn't pick up Garcia for nothing in the world.
But you said he borrowed to go get her, go get him.
Yeah, because he was like my dude boy. Okay, go do this, go do that, go over there. Take my mom, go do this. You know.
Katie knows about it?
Yeah. She don't see it all. Not like that. She probably know him like for like a year. And then you leave the kids in the house. How can you leave them with this guy? You don't know if that guy's a sick perv. You don't know nothing about this man. Leave the kids in this, and you know Garcia leaves the kids over here. Come on, man. I used to get mad. How you gonna leave the kids with this dumbass little nigga over here? This man is 40-something years old. Supposed to did like a couple of years in prison. You know, we don't know his background like that. I used to get mad at him leaving the kids like that in the house.
So here again is Luis getting on Sigfredo for basically making poor decisions, poor life choices, which he does throughout this interview. He's talking about how he was trying to get Sigfredo to think, to use his brain, as he said, and to not do stupid things. And now he's criticizing who he left his children with at times. So that detective, I believe, he's not a detective. That to the right of Luis is Chuck Collins. He's his attorney, and I believe he had a back problem. He's going to be on Judy's channel tomorrow. He's great. When he was on last time, I think he mentioned that he had a back problem. So we can ask about him tomorrow on Judy's channel. Jessica Rodriguez had she had to yell for Katie to come in. Katie didn't want to. I mean, Katie. Okay.
So Ibarra goes, apparently, or he tells you he found him.
Yeah.
Does he call you and say, hey, he's here at Shrimp?
Call me. Shit. I don't remember if he called me or not.
Somehow, Tudo gets with Katie,
Mm-hmm.
from what you're saying.
Yeah.
Because, all right, so you go ahead. I don't want to jump in.
I was in a bar shop. I believe I called Ibaro. I called Ibaro that day because that's the only person I would call. I said, go pick up Tutu. He's in Shrimp's house. Take him to Katie's house. Then Katie and Tutu showed up to my house. Garcia gave the bag to Jessica. But Jessica called me, hey, I got a bag here. It looks like a break. I said, listen, I'm on my way. Who's over there? She goes, to Katie and Tutu. I said, I'm on my way with her right now. Tell them don't move. Tell them don't leave. I want to make sure Katie was there for real. I thought it was bullshit. I get there. I ain't even get a haircut yet.
You also want to know that you got all your money, right?
Yeah. So before I want to make sure all the money's there. So when I ain't even count the money there though. I get there, boom, I drive. I said, all right, boom, get the bag. I grab the money, put it in my pocket. I go to the car, I see it. I said, do I have to count this shit or what? Like, man, you don't have to. I said, you know what? It's easy to count because they were all staples. So $1,000. $1,000 was all honest, but a grand staple each one. So I said, okay. He let me give you the.
Are you saying stapled or a strap around them?
Staple. Good money. Good money. There's a grand of that staple.
$100 bills.
$2 $100 bill stapled together.
Yes, sir. Just like that. So I grabbed it. It's called stacks. Stacks. I grabbed it. I'm like, I'm going to be the old here for you. They gave me extra. I said, all right, man, let's go to the bar shop. I get a haircut, man. That's it. I got my little haircut in my mom's house. Pay my mom's rent. Went home, took a shower.
So Garcia's with you the whole time? You doing that? You doing that right
Yeah,
now?
when I went to my mom's house, he was with me.
He's with you at the barber shop.
He was with me in the barber shop. He was with my mom's house.
So it sounds like you got 30 grand in stapled $100 bills. And then he dug out five or six or seven something.
When I went to the barber shop, you know, I had a haircut, so I changed $100 bill. Boom. I just said, man, they were 40 and give me 60. Because the haircut's 20. Yeah. Oh, no, come on.
I was going to pause. I just did that again. Yes, I was going to just say this observation station that Donna probably stapled the money. It was probably her practice as well. It was probably a family thing, right? Right. I think that might come out. I think they're going to have some evidence that the money that the Adelsons kept in their safe at home was stapled as well. Okay. And so this is really valuable detail because this is when this started coming up for the first time. The money washing, you know, I kind of Googled that, and I guess some people do that to get, you know, to get DNA and fingerprints off. Okay. All right. Go back wherever I was. Shoot, you guys, it didn't leave a mark this time. Did you look at the time? Let's see.
No.
Well,
What I'd like to do is sit down with the probably Google Maps.
Okay.
and then he dug out five or six or seven something.
When I went to the barber shop, you know, I had a haircut, so I changed $100 bill. Boom. I just said, man, they were 40 and give me 60. Because the haircut's $20. And give me 60. Boom. That's it. But he gave me the other extra. That's about it. That was like the whole nightmare right there.
And no more discussion.
Never spoke about it again.
How did Katie leave from Jessica's house?
In her car. She was in her car.
So she's still there with Jessica and Lulu the baby when you leave with Tudo.
Yeah, I left with Lulu. Let's go, man.
Okay. All right. I think this is a good time to break. Is this for us?
You can keep it.
Okay, and so you might recall that he said, is this for us? A piece of paper that Luis gave him was a drawing to try to help them understand where that bridge was, where the gun was dropped. Okay, and this is almost the end. They come back and do some clarification.
Yeah. The break. Okay, that's fine.
Actually, if you just want to stay in here and talk, I will.
Yeah. Do you need to go
That's
to
what
the
you want.
restroom or anything? You sure?
Yeah, let us talk a few minutes. Just tell us when the recording's off.
All right. Go ahead, Mr. Collins, what were you saying?
Well, we think that there's a possibility that the bridge that we have discussed is the Thomas B. Manual Bridge on the turnpike near Stewart. Now, I don't know how that has any effect on what you've already been told or not, but obviously Lewis has issues with being able to recall the geography.
Well, I think anybody would.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
anybody would.
but I know, I've been doing this all my life, and I can think of bridges that look like that. And the Thomas B. Manuel Bridge, I think, goes over the intercoastal in Martin County. And it's a 4-lane bridge, but it's actually the old bridge going, I believe, south, and the new bridge going north. So it's actually 2 separate bridges, but it's 4 lanes.
She did.
It's also near a marina, and the ascent and the descent have abilities to walk.
Oh, St. Lucie River.
Yes.
Oh, that's, well, okay. That's a huge, I know which one you're talking about. You can see a big boatyard.
Uh-huh. We call that, in old-fashioned days, that was the gateway to South Florida.
Right.
When you cross that. Now, that's just not really a consideration, and y'all know better than me, but
That's not the route they took.
okay. And you know that by phones, right?
Sure.
You know that by the phones?
Yes.
Okay, well, that's good.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we know about, that's why I was trying to spark his memory about that phone call.
You're going to have to do exactly what you said. Go back and check every damn one.
Well,
What I'd like to do is sit down with it, probably Google Maps and go through the map with the person, maybe narrow it down.
Yeah.
would you be okay with that?
Oh, absolutely. Look,
On a computer screen?
Sound like it.
I told that.
When we're in for the truth.
Yeah, I mean, it's just the 6, 7 hour drive down there, it's whereas everybody else, it doesn't stop it up.
This is when they're all talking over one another for a minute. It's kind of funny. They're all.
We're going to try to.
He was pretty confident he was going to be able to recognize the bridge.
I think what I would like to do is do it more methodically than before. It's not a question of him trying to recall which route or anything like that. It's just a question of, can you get us to the gun?
Yes,
That's all.
That's good.
It's not, so we can help him in any way, shape, or form. I don't think anybody would have a problem with that.
No.
And we'll see if we can pick a good, clear weather day, because yesterday was nasty.
Yeah.
And it wasn't helping at all.
Yeah.
And we'll see if we can get a better view.
I get it.
For him to actually be able to see.
Bingo. How did Georgia know? That's what I'm saying. So we have to believe there's more evidence that we don't know about. So we can't. I know this is very common when we're into trials and we're into cases and we're watching, and it's not just the Markel case, but it doesn't matter, the Murdaugh or whatever. We only know so much until the trial, and even in the trial, they're not going to bring up everything they know. And there's a reason she wouldn't bring it up, because if, depending on how she answers, she could end up not being able to bring it up in the future or use it against her too, because of the use and derivative use of immunity situation. So Cliff says there was an email from Donna to Charlie regarding your stack of money. And I think Cappleman is making an assumption they all have their separate stack. I think she asked if they did. I believe so. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's right. Georgia knows more than will ever come out. If we could only be a fly on the wall in that prosecutor's office. All right, we're almost to the end. Right. Observation. Exactly. And yeah, it's good to remind ourselves of that.
Because he was in a van and it was, he had to kind of crunch down and look out, and it wasn't the best. So we'll see if we can do something like that and maybe start early.
Yeah.
And on a clear day. Maybe we'll wait for this hurricane to get the heck out of here.
Yeah.
And then
I don't think it's going to hit us unless it's changed.
No, but we might get some bad bands off of that. So maybe we can do it that way and just pick up from here, because I'm confident that we've gotten to this point on Interstate 10.
Okay.
And based on what he's been saying, I think we're confident here. I'm not really confident from here east.
I got
you. The part where Katie's asking you, do you want the money? You're going to come get the money, right? The day, the Saturday morning after.
Who's going to come get the money?
Who's going to come get the money? When you heard that, was she just saying, just come to me?
Not because she was trying to call Garcia and he didn't answer the phone. So she said, yo, this nigga's not picking up the phone. Who's going to come get it? But you want to come get it? Like, nah, he's going to go get it. I was gonna tell her I go get it, but I'm like, nah.
Was there a predetermined location to go get it at or meet?
Maybe in her house.
It was never discussed.
It was never discussed.
Basically, who's gonna come and when they will take a place?
Yeah, he was gonna get the money regardless off her. Because she came to my house and brought it that day.
All right. And your understand from what that she's asking, she's saying she has money for what?
For the murder.
For the murder. Anything else?
Nothing else.
Money for another drug deal? Money for
Nothing else. That's the
So-
money. The money is for the murder. That's it.
all this money
It's for the murder.
for the murder. Okay. And for the murder that you all committed the day before.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And there's no other any other possibility besides that.
You know, that's the final answer. That's the answer I'm gonna give you. The money was for the murder.
Okay. And it would be your part of it or both, or it wasn't discussed. It's just you just wanted to. Was there any discussion about getting him his money, Garcia?
There was no discussion.
Okay.
He had his money in his pocket. Same thing.
Okay. You recognize this person?
This is funny.
That's Tati.
Pardon?
I look like Tati.
Tati?
I mean shrimp.
Okay. Is that her?
Fuck, I never seen that bitch with makeup, but that looks like her.
So Tati and Shrimp are the same person?
Yeah, same person.
And that's the person you, sorry.
Well,
That's the same person you talked about earlier
Yeah, shrimp.
as what? What did you talk about Shrimp earlier?
That's like his girlfriend.
Where does she live?
Huh?
Where does she live?
Miami Beach. She was staying in Miami Beach.
Okay, that's the person you talked to.
Yeah, shrimp. I never seen her with makeup.
Okay.
will you put your initials on the form paper down here? And okay, just underneath that, the date is, you can put 10/4. Thank you. Appreciate it. I just wanted to confirm it, just make
That's
sure.
her. I never seen her with makeup like that.
Good.
So a while back, you talked about when you first came, talked about it a little bit, talked about when you came to Tallahassee that, Tudo knew where the house was. What was the first place you came to in Tallahassee? How did y'all get to Tallahassee? You stopped and you
By the way, this is to FBI agent Sanford.
said something about a map in a gas station and you threw it away. Where was the first place you went when you got to Tallahassee?
To the hotel.
How did you know to get to the hotel?
Oh, he drove around. He just drove straight. He went around there. Let's find a hotel. He drove back there and found it. Unless he knew where his rate was at. But he went straight to the hotel. So the hotel was, unless he'd been there before, without me, what do I know? But he went straight to the hotel.
Did you act like you knew where he was going, or?
Did you hear what he just said? Okay, so this is Sanford asking him, and this is where the idea came up that maybe Sigfredo had met Wendy, had gone up to Tallahassee prior, because he went straight to the hotel. It was as if he knew exactly where, like he might have been there before. And Sanford is questioning him a little bit on this.
Did he just drive around random, or?
Yeah, like you know what he was doing.
He knew what he
When
was
went to the
doing.
house, was he using his phone?
Yeah,
The map? He didn't have a map on the
He just
phone?
ran and drove it.
How did he know where to go?
Oh, he had a piece of paper, but he didn't have the paper with him. He seen the paper one time. He just knew where to go.
But the paper had an address on it, that you said, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Wasn't a map.
No, it was no man.
How did he know where to drive to? Tallahassee's confusing to me sometimes.
Hey, man, he's real smart. He's not a dumb guy. I can tell you.
Okay, you can be smart, but if you only have an address, you need directions. So where did he get the directions, and had he been there before? Of course, Luis is not picking up what he's putting down there, but to me, it's implausible that Sigfredo just knew, especially as inebriated as he was, how to get there.
He might drink and does coke, but beyond that, Garcia is real. He's a smart guy. He's an intelligent guy.
Okay, but if you have an address without a map, I don't know how you find that. Do you have any idea? What did he say to you? What was the conversation like?
I mean, hey, I'm telling you, the paper, you tell him one address and he's like that. He's like a light switch, he'll find it. No matter, he will find it. He'll get there. Garcia.
that I don't believe Luis is lying, but that's implausible. Luis clearly believes that Sigfredo can just magically appear places without directions, unless he's trying to hide that he'd been there before. I don't think he is. I just think I don't know. I don't know what's going on here, but I believe that Sigfredo was given a map or had been there before, or both. There is some there is some speculation about Wendy having met Sigfredo. He probably did use it on his phone or something, but he's saying he didn't do that. They turned their phones off, and he just magically showed up at that hotel the night before, like he'd been there before. And yeah, so this is very interesting. It's the very end of the interview. It tends to get overlooked, but he could have Googled it first, but even they say, Tallahassee is confusing. So it's just interesting.
Yeah, we will get there. Because he travels a lot. He drives a lot. Orlando. He lived in Orlando, so he knows his area. Like I said, he probably been here before he brought me.
See?
I don't know. But in my knowledge, for you to get there so quick, because fuck, Tallahassee's a confusing place.
So now he's saying, yeah, he's probably thinking about how did he get there? Right. So yeah, this is where that comes from. He had been there before. And he'd probably been to Dan and Wendy's and whatnot. And the fact that he's saying, let's go to rob the lady, maybe he knew where Wendy lived. He's talking about going and just getting the money from Wendy instead of killing Dan, which, gosh, that would have been beautiful. Shodrick. Who's Shodrick? Shodrick was a witness. He's what Luis referred to in this interview proffer as the crackhead, but his name is Shodrick, and he was a witness. And so he talked about, and he helped them get the hotel, secure the hotel so it wasn't in their name, and helped them get drugs and partied with them a little bit. Yeah. He's a coke dealer, but Luis referred to him as a crackhead in the interview. He didn't know his name, but Sigfredo knew his name. They ran into him the first time. Sigfredo got his number, so he called him the second time. Oh, there we go. Paella talk. I speak Spanish. I know she did not. Sometimes she says things. She didn't need to say that. It was like, why did she bring up that she speaks Spanish and she had to be the one to communicate with the paella chef?
There's a lot she says she doesn't need to.
Exactly. And that's, hopefully that wasn't an issue. Anyway, we'll find out.
Or navigational tool?
I'm not going to see it make another story. The man drove straight to that man's house without a paper in his hand. You don't need no paper. Roll back. That's the house right there. I remember the number 2116. All right.
This piece of paper you just looked at with her, with this, was the picture of Markel?
Something like that.
Was it something like that? Okay. Was it in color? Was his photograph in color?
I don't remember.
Okay. Did it have typing and stuff on it? Around it?
Around it like that? No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I've been trying, man. I ain't even sleep last night.
Louis, was the picture of Markel that you saw, was it an actual photograph or a photocopy of a photograph similar to what you were just showing?
Similar to that right there.
A photocopy. Okay. And you say it had some typing on it?
I think I required when I looked at it, because he had it folded when he opened it up. I seen a picture. I wasn't really looking at no address because if it wasn't using me as an address, I wouldn't even find that one. But I was just looking at mostly that camera. All right, he'll take the paper. I see my face. That's about it.
You know whatever happened to that paper?
I don't know the driver's side. When you open the door, If you used to put your feet on top of it, it's like that. If you know how to dry your feet, you put your feet. If you pop that, the paper was there.
Like the door jamb, you mean?
Yeah.
The little plastic piece that sits on top of where the door closes?
Mm-hmm.
You would pop it off and stick it under there and hide it?
Yeah, right there. He never, he showed it one time, put it there. I never seen him take it out. I don't know if the paper is there. I don't know what the fuck you ever do with that paper.
This would be in the first car. Prius?
Being a Prius. Yeah, being a Prius. Yeah, being a Prius.
So where you set your feet on top of it?
And when you close the door,
Mm-hmm.
and if you open the door and you stand like that, the driver's side, it's hanging out like that.
With your feet on top of the car, not on the ground.
Not on the ground, top of the car. Just pop that plastic.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be right there.
And that's where the piece of paper was folded up in there?
Yes, sir.
So the Prius was the second trip, right? So what did he use on the first trip?
Yeah, I think so.
He had the same piece of paper?
Yeah. I seen it first, yeah, of course.
Okay.
Okay, we were wondering about this the other day. He did clarify this in the last part here. So the same, what did he use the first time? Was there a paper the first trip? He's saying, is it the same paper? So remember, we were asking about that because when did Katie Magbanua say Charlie put the paper in the diaper bag?
What do you mean? When did she say it?
What was it, June or was it July? Because they had already gone up in June once. I think there was some confusion about the date of that whole thing. He did say that it was the same paper, but he wasn't necessarily. Yeah, he called you. That's right. That's right.
Uh-oh. I think Dawn accidentally took herself off. She'll come back on. There she is.
I'm here. It's just something happened with the video file for some reason, and it booted me out. That was weird. Okay, we'll keep going.
He kept the papers. He kept the papers. He just kept the paper. He said, just in case if I forget the address line, but he kept the paper. But he never lifted the paper. Kept the paper. And you need to throw that paper away if you know the address.
Okay.
But he kept the paper.
But he probably, but you don't know what happened to the paper after that?
I don't know. Never paid no money to the paper at all.
Did you ever see him take it out of there after he stuck it in there?
I don't know if he took it out or left it. Remember, he took the car with him. And his ass was so
And then he got his keys locked up.
But it's probably there.
And then you got the AAA. And then you drove, or locksmith or whatever, and then you drove it over to.
No, I didn't drive it. I was in my car.
Somebody drove it back to the rental car place.
Oh, yeah. I remember I picked him up in my car, told him let's go. When he got there, I changed car. I jumped in. I parked it.
Do you ever have any trouble with the rental car people for the Prius about it being late or anything like that?
Nah, they called me a couple of times. Well, yeah, I'm in the car, but they ain't never really complained.
Did the first rental car company, the first trip, did they ever call y'all? Was there any discussion on the phone
But what?
with him? Because he would have been rented that car.
Oh, no. I don't know. I don't even know what to do with that car. I'm not concerned. If I rent something in my name, I'm more concerned about it.
Right.
Because I'm worried about, what's going to happen to the car if you get into an accident. I don't care what he did with the first car. That shit really didn't concern me. But everything he did.
I just didn't know if you overheard him having any phone calls, conversations with the first rental car company, or if it wasn't supposed to be out of town and you guys.
No, not at all. Not that I know of, no.
But when you left the first trip after not succeeding to do anything, because all you're doing is just following around and losing them at the child care place, you just got frustrated and said, let's get out of here.
Yeah, so we out of here. Because I had to go to work on Monday. I said, we got to go.
And he didn't have any argument for that about staying?
I don't know.
That first rental car, do you know how he rented it? Like how he got there to the rental car place? Did you take him? Did somebody else take him?
No, sir.
Not at all?
No. He picked me up in my homegirl's house.
And when you got back, did you help him drop it off?
I helped him drop mine off.
Do you know how he got it dropped off? Did he tell you? Talk about it?
I don't even know. I don't. I know everything I know is the car that I rented. That car, I don't know nothing about that car. I don't know who rented it for him. I don't know where he got it from. No.
Can I ask you something back to where he puts his feet? That's on the driver's side?
Okay.
Okay, if you're driving, why is he putting it there?
No, he put it there. He drove first.
Right?
The Prius,
Right.
he drove a little bit.
Okay.
He was drinking. So I can call you that man. When we made the first night, that man used to just drive.
So this is a really good question because he's trying to find out. They're trying to find out where this paper ended up and who put it where and who had it. And he's challenging him here. Why would he be under the driver's side if you were driving? But he said it's because he was driving first. So that paper, they did look for it, obviously, in the car. They found the whole shot in the car, but they didn't find the paper. But he never saw Sigfredo remove the paper, is from what he said. And I'm sure there were instructions on how to do that as well. I'm sure he had to be instructed on everything as high as he was.
I said, I don't really want to track it. I don't know what I'm pointing. I just pointed out for you to go where you got to go. I'm like, all right, let's go. Because I had license. So that's it. I wrote. I ain't never touched the paper. I just looked at the paper from a distance. He was showing me. I was looking at it like, all right. He put it there. Never paid no mind to the paper.
He put it there when he was driving?
Yeah.
And then it never got pulled out again? Okay.
That's what I'm saying. It might be still there.
In the Prius on the driver's side? Okay. We'll check.
You do yours. I'm trying to give you what
So that's it.
Counsel.
Okay. That's it. Okay, so there's some questions here too. I want to get to because there's some interesting conversations going on. Alma, if they had burner phones, why would they use their own phone? He didn't say he had burner phones for this purpose, for this trip, for this job, whatever. He said he had several phones. So it wasn't that Luis said I had a burner phone to use for this. So he had several phones is all he said. But I get your point. They weren't exactly using their heads. Okay. And observation. He has a weird ledge on the back. I know. What is with that ledge on the back of his head? I'm so glad I never said anything about that to anyone before, but yeah. Yes. He's got a weird chin too. Sorry, we're going off on Sigfredo. But yeah, a lot of people think he's handsome. Oh, excuse me. Or a Louis Vuitton. No, I don't think Katie, I mean, isn't that something? She had a recycled diaper bag for her overnight, and then June comes waltzing in with this Louis Vuitton overnight bag. It's pretty funny. Pretty funny. You are very welcome. Hey, Mona. Elma says during the trial, he said would it surprise you if I said they had burner phones while on the stand? Who said that? Luis? Would it surprise you if I said they had burner phones?
No, I think Rashbaum said that.
Oh, okay. Okay. It would have been so great. Yeah. I keep losing comments because they're going too fast. It would have been great for them to find that paper. That would have been so great because then they would have known about the paper. We just heard about the paper fairly recently. So, okay. So what did you think? I mean, it was pretty enlightening. What did you learn that you didn't know about that he said, Carla?
Oh, there's so many things. So many. And that's why I was quiet, because it was the first time that without any interruptions, I got to just watch a big portion of it.
Mm-hmm.
So many things. I just keep going back to, he's the only one who's told the truth. Well, right. He and Jeff Lacasse. So,
right. The only one charged, right, in the crime. Yeah. So, okay. Hive Mind. In a celebration in honor of the minorities who did the job, paella was originally farm laborers' food cooked by the workers over a wood fire for a lunchtime meal. And it's from Spain, it's a Spanish dish, as far as I know. It's full of shellfish, seafood, so it's definitely not kosher. And I just thought that was interesting that they would pick something so unkosher to celebrate. It just seems typical.
Well, I think they pick and choose when they're going to be kosher, so doesn't surprise me.
Well, if it was a metaphor for this deed, I would think they're just gonna like really drive it home by doing something like that. Paella has chicken, saffron, rice. All other stuff is region dependent. But yes, that's right. Yep. Oh, so Alma, you're saying that Alma's saying about the burner phones. I'm going to be going over the testimony too, so I'll look for that. Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay. Oh, and yeah, of course, they had more than one phone. Come on. Yeah. I mean, they're gone. Those phones are long gone. So, well, that was good. That was good. I did this because I was planning to do Wendy's testimony, to start going over Wendy's testimony next, but a lot of folks in the chat wanted me to do this first, so we went back to 2016 and did it. So for those who were having trouble hearing or whatever, again, by tomorrow the closed captioning will be on this, and I'll also watch for my shorts because I am taking out important parts. It's, you know, it's a 2-hour interview, but important parts, and those are transcripted so you can see it written right across very clearly. They also are CC. So yeah, so you can watch for those, and we're going to get on Wendy next. And of course, next Friday, I might come up on Wednesday. We'll see how it goes. It'd be nice to give my throat a little bit rest until next Friday, because I've been on 3 times this week. So yeah, the more people involved, the more higher the chance you are going to get caught for sure. I think all 7 of them will end up being charged. I really do. And I think some others were saying that as well. That's right. I have a feeling she saw, I don't know. Yes, it can be made kosher, but there was no indication that they were doing that. Thank you, Isabel, for being here. Very nice chat. Love our chats. So everyone, I hope you have a great day tomorrow. Hope to see you over at Judy's at noon my time, noon our time for Chuck Collins.
So 2 Central, 3 Eastern.
Correct. So,
and do you want to go over one more time about Friday for those that didn't hear?
Yeah, and I'll put an announcement up. Judy D saying, Phoebe, yes, but Georgia keeps bringing up that WhatsApp. Yeah, true. She has brought it up. You're welcome, tennis girl. Okay, yeah, Friday with Carl Steinbeck. I'm not going to say too much about it, except the time is going to be 6 p.m. Central. I'm sorry, Pacific, 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern, and watch the community and put the bell on so you can see what it's going to be about. I haven't made the format yet, so you'll see exactly what we're going to be covering, and I'm going to want to hear your questions. And Carla is going to make sure that some of the questions, we're going to probably have a limited amount of time for questions at the end, like 15 minutes. So Carla's going to help with that as well. So yeah, really looking forward to that. No, there is no interrogation or proffer or interview from Sigfredo that we know of. They're very small little thing when he was arrested, but nothing major. Thank you, Hive Mind. All right.
Only when they went to his work, right? To interview him?
Mm-hmm. Right. It was very quick.
And is that when he was arrested, Dawn, or he was arrested after?
I don't remember. I just saw it like a week ago. I don't think it was when he was arrested. He was denying everyone.
Right.
Everything. Right. Yeah. No, there is no, I don't believe Charlie ever provided an interview, nor did Donna or Harvey. And the one that Wendy did was the one and only that we know of. So as far as I know, there are no other, but if there is one, you'll see, it'll be up. I will definitely go through it. And I'm sure Mentor Lawyer will as well. So yeah, they went to his workplace. He denied everything. I can't remember if they ended up arresting him at the time. I don't think so, because then there would have been, that would have been part of it. Thank you, tennis girl. Yes, please subscribe, like, whatever. Share this with your friends. You can share on any social platform too if you use the share button, and click the bell so you know when I'm on, because it's usually a regular schedule, but you never know. You never know when I might come on extra like I did this week. So thank you all for your support. I just love our chats. And and then yes, Phoebe, there were some transcripts. Were there videos though, Judy, on Charlie's disability, or just the transcripts? I think it was just transcripts.
Just transcripts.
Yes, and the FBI was at Katie's house at the same time. I agree. Yeah. So I think he got arrested after that. He wasn't being arrested at the same time. I don't think. Maybe he was. I can't remember. Honestly. Cannot remember. Okay. Any final thoughts, Carla, before we say goodnight?
This was good. Thank you. I appreciate it. And I'm looking forward to Friday. And it's nice chatting with everyone. Good night.
So
TC,
nice
if you're
to
still
you.
on, hope you feel better.
Yeah. Get well, TC. This is nothing to mess around with. Okay. Bye, everyone.
Good night.